So our new bit is that, like, you get really bored of the intro video. At like a minute 30, I'm just gonna play another intro and you know,
Fuck it.
yeah, like it just gives a different energy. You know what I mean? Like, it could be any of them. It could. I mean, one day it could be Skip talking about being busted and all that stuff. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, hello everyone. The Jaychele and Joe show is back. Jaychele, as one half of the Jaychele and Joe show. How are you?
I'm good. I have horrible lighting.
Yeah.
Horrible lying. That's funny. Horrible lighting. So I apologize. I am back home for the first time in like 3 months. Well, at home streaming anyway. I've been home.
Yeah. You was work for New Japan, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Long trips, I hear.
Yeah,
You did a lot of those trips, Jaychele. The Machine Gun, Carl Anderson, the star of Monday Night Raw. He used to do a lot of those trips.
he sucks.
Well, agree to disagree. You excited for Christmas? Fired up?
I'm not getting any Christmas presents. So
My God, naughty list.
my parents simply decided we're gonna give you money and you just buy everything you want.
Oh, that point of life. That's fair.
Yeah.
Are you happy about that, or is it like a frustrating shift in your
No, I
life?
wanted gifts.
Yeah. There's an excitement to gifts, right? There's an excitement. Yeah. Even if they turn out to be kind of shitty, there's like an excitement to them. It's the same fun.
3 things in particular. And all of them were possible, and my parents were like, go buy them yourself anyway.
Okay. A Bullet Club flag, right? FTR shirt, AEW album.
That's which album?
No, the theme songs, that one. Not the one that was actually made. Let me be clear. Let me be clear. I forgot they made an actual album. My apologies. You remember WWE? You don't remember. Back in the day, WWE used to have like these hilarious like theme song albums.
Yeah.
And before we went on, I was playing the FTR. Anyway, it's a big long story. We have some stuff to discuss today. Jaychele, I don't know if you heard, but like out of nowhere, without any like advertisement or lead in or anything, like they just did it. Rhea Ripley wrestled Akira Tozawa on Raw in like hour 1.
I saw bits of that. I honestly, I didn't watch Raw this week because it was just not the best time because finals and stuff. But I did see a clip of that online, and I was kind of shook. I was like, "The Fed does this?"
Yeah, where did that come from? Right now, I'm intrigued. Are we both of the belief that this is just like because Rhea is like a natural powerhouse, or this is going to be something we see semi-regularly? It feels like it's going to be a one-off, right? Just with Rhea, maybe particularly. What do you think?
They might have Bianca do it too. I wouldn't be surprised. But not while she's champ, I don't think. Like, in a while, I think that she could do something like that too.
Who do you think? Let's book an angle for Bianca Belair. Who could it be?
It'd have to be something with the Street Profits, I feel. Or just Montez.
So you could do like, it would be a good start, honestly. I guess this was a start, but it would be a good thing to like, if they could do, tag matches without doing like the shitty mixed rules where you have to tag out that'd be a nice start, right? Like if you did Tez and Bianca versus like Rhea and Dom for the sake of conversations, it would be kind of like cool if when Dominic tags in, like Bianca could just beat him up, right? Like,
Bianca can handle him too. So
yeah, absolutely. It's an interesting thing, like the way they do their TV. I don't know, something we'll see regularly, but there are some. I mean, Mia Yim. I don't know, like all business aside, I don't know if you were aware of this because I wasn't until Monday. But like, Mia Yim is just like part of the OC now. Did you know this?
I took a guess because didn't they have her like pose with them when they came back? She came back and everything, and that's how she returned anyway. I don't like that though. That's not good.
Well, I assumed it was
just person is back, Joe.
Oh, we got it. We got on the format. I know. We'll get there. I assumed it was just for the Rhea Ripley angle. I didn't realize she's just a member of the OC, whatever that is.
I think it's temporary though.
Yeah, I would assume so. It's kind of a weird thing to book, right?
She just got in there.
Yeah. Well, Impact Legends. That's their connective.
Finn Balor was an Impact?
Well, Finn Balor's in the Judgment Day, Jaychele. The spooky one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The OC is AJ Styles,
Oh, I really forgot that.
I know you're a big fan.
I
Gallows, bigger fan. Cole Anderson, biggest fan. And then Mia Yim. Jay White said that Mia is part of Bullet Club.
Yes, he did. I did see that.
It's official.
He considers the WWE part of Bullet Club. Bullet Club. He said.
Do you think he's doing that as like a rib, or he actually thinks of it that way?
I think he likes money, and if he can get some money, he'll take some money.
It'll be interesting what he like. Do you think he's a guy who inevitably goes to one of the big two US companies at the next contract gimmick, or is he someone they try and keep? AEW?
If anything, I would say AEW. He fits really well in AEW too, though. At least he did when he was there.
Yeah, I actually think he's kind of a better fit doing like 15 to 20-minute matches on Dynamite than he is doing, 45-minute matches in Japan. Like, I think it's kind of a somewhat awkward fit, as good as he is. Do you think the Forbidden Door? He should be back soon. He was out with a concussion issue.
I remember that they said that he's coming back soon, because I'm just thinking like it's been a long time.
I'm of the belief he'll be back soon. I don't know how much that's been reported, but that's my kind of very, very loose understanding of the situation. Do you think the Forbidden Door thing makes it easier or harder to like sign people across the other side of the road?
It has to be harder
because it must be kind of awkward, right?
If you have a partnership with somebody and then you go, "Hey, I'm going to steal your talent, and I'm going to show, but we still want to be buddies with you."
Yeah,
that's kind of rough.
Like, I guess the counter could be like, if you go to sign a Jay White, you could say, because we're partners, you could still use Jay for like dates and stuff. But if you want to have Jay all the time, is it better to have him some of the time? I guess it's better than having him none of the time when WWE signing him, I guess, right? So
I would think that they would like come to some mutual agreement if it's something like that. Like if I'm New Japan in that situation, I'd be like, okay, well then we want to take somebody else.
Yeah.
Like if obviously Jay has say in the matter too, but like if they can negotiate, like maybe they can get a couple appearances out of like Danielson or something like that. They can get that out of the trade.
It'll be interesting. I mean, obviously it's a big deal for them to get Kenny for the Tokyo Dome. I assume that kind of thing will help this partnership flourish, right? That's a big deal. It's a big get. So yeah, it'll be intriguing. I wanted to play a game here, Jaychele, with the Rhea Ripley Tozawa match booked on Monday. I wanted to go through the women's division in WWE. And with each name, we'll come up with a natural matchup we would like to see them have with a male on the roster.
Okay.
Now, when I say the women's division, I mean every member of the main roster women's division.
Great.
Here we go, folks. Fittingly, we start with a later topic in the program, the famed all caps Alexa Bliss. Where are we going with Alexa Bliss in the male roster, Jaychele? What do we do here?
It needs to be somebody small. Unless you want to do like David versus Goliath. I have seen an intergender match like that, but I don't remember what it was.
What if we do like a cinematic match with Bray?
That's what, the other option. Either that or like LA Knight, because they're in a feud right now.
Oh, Alexa Bliss versus LA Knight. I'll fly out to the States for that one. That sounds like some real grabs. Okay, good answer. Good answer. Asuka, we can do something with this one. There can be some big matches here. What are you thinking, Asuka? There's got to be a good work rate match for Asuka.
I would say like Finn Balor.
That'd be good, yeah.
Also old man, so
two older wrestlers who are still like look exactly the same, basically. All right, Asuka and Finn could be good, and Finn's not too big or anything. See, that could be fun. I like that. Bayley.
She is a heel, so it makes it a bit easier. I'm thinking of like somebody on SmackDown in like the Intercontinental Championship division-ish. So maybe like Ali or
Pam and Ali. What about Ricochet?
Yeah, I was gonna say like one of them.
Ricochet could be fun. Because Bayley has like definitely evolved as well. Because she does a lot more power stuff now, right?
Yeah.
So we can give her a flyer. Okay, let's do Ricochet. Becky Lynch.
Seth Rollins. No question.
Seth freaking Rollins. Okay. Bianca Belair.
Bianca, I'm gonna choose Montez because I just want them to all fight their wives and husbands. So
Fair. Okay, so Bianca's fighting Tez. Okay, that's that one cross. Candice is fighting Johnny.
yes.
For the sake of Earth, I don't think we can do Corey Graves versus Carmella.
Yeah, I don't think we should do that one.
Carmella can wrestle like. Who can Carmella wrestle?
From like NXT.
Who?
I would give her one of the guys from Pretty Deadly.
Okay.
I don't know who. It's like Kit Wilson. I don't.
Yeah, I know Kit. I don't know who the other one is, but
I forget his name. Somebody will have their name in.
I actually want to watch their match with New Day because I'm told it's good. I didn't see it.
Oh, I did watch that actually.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was actually pretty good. I actually watched a bit of NXT. I like the woman's Iron Challenge thing. Yeah, whatever. It seems like the ECW like championship scramble almost.
Yeah, or the one from like the WWE ECW one, you mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I actually read like pretty positive reviews for those matches. The women's one and the men's one. I didn't see either of them because Final Battle was the show I watched that day and 2 wrestling shows in one day, so I don't do anymore for the sake of health, you know. But I was told good things. Monty, I think, did Monty even watch that actually? Chat, did Monty ever talk about that or did he just pretend to watch it? I don't know. We could do Carmella and R-Truth. That's good. There's some lore there, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Is he okay? R-Truth? Didn't he like fall down? Didn't say happen to him?
I thought that something did happen to him. I thought that he is out for a little while.
That's unfortunate. To be fair, he's been healthy for a lot. Like he's been incredibly healthy for his career. Yeah, incredibly healthy.
Like as much as people don't like him, like The Miz never gets injured. But like he got injured like once like this past year or something like that.
He did. He tore his knee, but other than that, he's never really been hurt.
Exactly. That's because he wrestles like a dweeb. But
do you what do you make of like how controversial he's become? Because I kind of think usually the deeper someone gets in their career, the more people just like accept and tolerate them. But in the last like year or two, the Miz discourse has gone from being like a thing we've all discussed and moved on from to like this heated. Like people get really passionate about the Miz. Are you amazed by this? I am.
I saw Hangman tweeted like that was gonna be the worst ladder match in history or whatever. And I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I just think The Miz is just harmless to me. Like I feel like as long as he's not on anything super good, like nobody really cares about like Dexter Lumis right now, right?
Yeah.
So like who really gives enough of a fuck? To me, he's like the equivalent of like QT Marshall. He just gets more TV time than he should.
Yeah, I mean that felt like a direct shot at our friend Shoot, but I understand.
Why?
Yeah. We stands the QT Marshall, you know.
Oh, I stand Maurice, and I still talk shit about her husband. So.
Well, as we've learned with another famous wrestler, that the standing of one's wife does not clear them from slander on here. Fair to say. Yeah.
Are we gonna talk about Lacey Evans too? Is she on the?
You want to talk about that? Oh, we can talk about that. I mean, we'll get to her in a minute on this, and then we'll discuss it. Okay, that's fine. Dakota Kai.
Interesting.
It's kind of high flyer for her, you know.
Okay.
Are there any other high flyers other than Ali and Ricochet?
Action Andretti? No. I don't know.
Shit, she could have a good match too. I'm trying to think of a good. Look at this, Fabian Eichner. He's very big though. Very, very big.
Maybe like is his name Axiom?
Axiom, yes. There you go, Axiom. Same time. There you go. All right, Dakota Kai and Axiom. Dana Brooke.
Reggie.
You talk about what's his name now?
I don't even.
What's his name? Have you seen his mask? It's a very funny mask.
It's not good.
Dewdrop.
Scripps.
Scripps. Okay, let's not put Dewdrop with Scripps. She's better than that. She deserves better. Who can Dewdrop go with? Well, really like Dewdrop and Ray just fucking sells the whole match and works as the underdog. That could be kind of sweet, right?
Yeah, I do like that. Yeah,
that could be cool. Io Sky, we can find a good match for. I feel she can fly. You know.
You know why? This could sound really bad. I want to give her Gunther.
Oh no, that doesn't sound bad at all. That sounds like music. That sounds
right.
that sounds like some good shit. Gunther and Io Sky. Oh my god, could you imagine like she's flying rope to rope and he just hits one chop and it's like
Right?
the face. Yeah, that's some good shit. I like that. Okay, Mia Yim. Mia's scrappy. She can get like we could do. Let's do like AJ and Mia. You know, with the OC explodes. Let's do that.
Okay.
Similar heights, right? Surely. I feel like Mia's not that much shorter than him. I would guess. What height is she listed as?
And Mia does
5'7".
intergender stuff all the time anyway.
Yeah, she can. They could have like a physical match, genuinely.
Yeah.
Nikki Cross. Well, that one's more difficult. Edge.
Sure.
I scrolled up. It was the first name I saw. All right. Rhea Ripley. I guess she should wrestle Ray though, right? Really?
In terms of storyline, yes.
Yeah.
In terms of like generally, I think she could also work Shinsuke.
She could carry him.
Joe.
Listen, if Rhea Ripley in 2022 wrestles Shin, she's gonna need to carry something, right? I mean,
I think we should pass our judgments after we see the Muda match.
That is a very mature take from. I respect that. I'm not used to that around here at the Late Night Grit Show. Well done. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to go, yeah, he's fucking washed, and then if he has a good match with you go, listen, people say this is what you're supposed to say. People say Shinsuke's washed.
I think he's just looking to be remotivated. Honestly, I think that's what he's dealing with. I think wrestling in WWE for so long will numb you to wanting to have a good match and even being placed in a spot where you can't have a good match. So I think he'll come back like reinvigorated.
However, this is pretty good. Rhea and Sheamus. That's pretty fucking good. Tamina.
The Usos? I don't know.
Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns. All right, let's move to SmackDown here. This will get us to our Lacey Evans hurdle in a moment. Aaliyah. Oh my god, Aaliyah. Aaliyah versus Dominic. Just for the cage match rating.
Sure. Oh god.
B-Fab.
No.
Does she wrestle?
Apparently she's like doing a triple threat thing with like Sarah Logan, Von Hale, whatever the fuck her name is, and Zelina Vega. I saw them doing like a triple threat like move sequence. So they're definitely gonna have a triple threat match.
Well, that's an idea, huh? Sarah Logan, B-Fab, and Zelina Vega are gonna have a triple. I mean, that sounds like a thing we could do. Yeah.
Can somebody in the chat can somebody in the chat tell me if that's where the story is going? Because like from what I saw, that's what it looked like. Because I saw I think it was like B-Fab like post a clip of like all three of them doing like moves on each other as a sequence, looking like they're gonna have an actual match. I don't watch SmackDown, so somebody who watches SmackDown is gonna have to tell me.
Can we talk about the fact that the last match I booked, I said I was doing it to see what the cage match rating would be, and then you followed that up by announcing this is a thing that may actually be happening right now? Because the only reason one would book that match. That's insane. And it's not even a knock on, like, B-Fab's, how long has she been in the wrestling? Like a year, 2 years, right? Like, she's brand new, but it's not
Wait, is she really brand new? Hold on.
I don't know. Oh, this isn't even one of those moments where she's actually a 10-year pro, is it? Oh,
she's not like a pro, but I actually think she has like more than 2 years. I think she has like.
This happened to me with that Oro Mensa fella, Jaychele. I was like, he's probably brand new, and the chat was like, he's been wrestling for 12 years.
Since 2019. Since 2019.
Okay. That's not too bad. Remember pandemic, you know. That's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, no, that's not too bad. Okay.
You know who I actually really like?
Who?
Elektra Lopez.
I have not seen much of her work. I definitely agree with the Oracle often talks about how she was like a way better fit with that group visually. Like they look super cool with her. Zelina's obviously like she's got her own charisma. It's just I don't know. It's not as natural. I haven't seen much of Elektra Lopez wrestling though. I don't know. Who is Charlotte Flair going to wrestle? What if like
Roman Reigns?
What if she wrestles Cena? And it's like, you know, it's like for a vacant belt. And if Cena wins, he could break her dad's record. Or has he already broke it?
No, he hasn't broken. They're tied.
Hold up,
Right?
folks.
Tied.
The chat's cooking.
That's where I was going. I was gonna go Cody. Yeah.
Code Rhodes. Now, I mean, that's. Can you imagine Charlotte hitting that like hilarious big boot and Cody comes up covered in blood? Dustin's at ringside with the towel. Like fucking. All right, that's good stuff. Emma.
Madcap Moss. Next.
Here we go. The big one. Lacey Evans.
Braun Strowman.
What did you make of her fiasco this week?
She doubled down.
She quotes me in Shaw.
I was like,
yeah.
She is just so stupid. She's just like Braun. She's just so stupid that you can't even contextualize in your head how stupid she is.
Yeah.
And then she was like, I just posted a video on not eating processed foods. I was like, what? Are you dense? What is in your brain? Is there water?
Her doing that, like her doing the I was just sharing the video thing is incredible, an incredible bit. I mean, it's not a bit at all. She absolutely doesn't think it's funny, but like it's hilarious to me. Like of all times to play that card now, can we just do this for like 2 months in national media? Come on, it's insane.
I can't.
I don't know.
She's just gonna end up like Braun.
You mean like over on SmackDown Wrestling?
Oh no, just like sucking. As a person and a wrestler.
You gotta say though, of all the wrestlers that like could post something dumb on Instagram or social media, like she is like an elite, of course, right? You just nodded your head like, yeah, that makes sense, that tracks.
I saw Lacey Evans' name and I was like, oh well, checks out.
Yeah.
Her, Sarah Logan, and Braun Strowman.
I feel like Braun's not as bad as those. I'm gonna be honest.
I feel like Braun is more disrespectful towards his coworkers.
Yeah, which is kind of awesome though. That's kind of beast.
I hate that. I think that's like.
I mean, it's bad, but like it kind of rules too. Like the idea of being on a plane and just subtweeting your own like wrestling friends is kind of nuts, you know.
It just seems like he's a fucking traitor.
Okay, so imagine a scale, okay? Aggressive racism.
Fair.
Wild anti-science opinions. Dunking on Ricochet. You gotta have perspective on these things, you know what I mean?
I think it's also unfair to rule out the idea that Braun Strowman could be an aggressive racist.
Well,
off social media.
You know, that possibility lives to fight another day, right? But for now, we only have our scale.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
We'll return to that when it's necessary. Nonetheless, Lacey Evans versus Braun Strowman. Liv Morgan. We can't say good for Liv. We like Liv around here.
Yeah, love. Who would she like to face?
I don't know, that's probably some funny answers to that.
MJF.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Bo Dallas. Sorry.
Well, he's back apparently, right? That's the word. Let's do this one. It's actually a good match for Liv. Let's do Liv and Chad Gable.
Oh, John Morrison is good too. I know you love John Morrison.
Well, it's not carried away with the word good, you know. I mean, save that for guys like Cole Anderson, all right, folks. Natalya. No, I'm sorry, Naomi. Jimmy Uso. Natalya. Who can we have Natalya wrestle? Her male equivalent, Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, I guess that's fair, yeah.
Just wrestled to absolute silence in like hour 2 of Raw. Monty tweets, this is beast.
Can we change Liv Morgan's to Carmelo Hayes?
You can, I'm not going to. On my official record, I have it. Okay. I'm sticking. All right, let's move forward here. Raquel Rodriguez.
Bronson Reed.
What?
Because
just to pop yourself, okay. Ronda Rousey. That's a tough one. Top Dollar?
No, that's worse than it needs to be, Joe.
You know, I mean, Brock Lesnar is a good suggestion.
Damian Priest.
Okay. That's rather inspired. Okay, I'll respect that. All right, let's move forward here. The legit boss, Sasha Banks, is still listed on this page.
I don't think we should answer hers.
Okay. Scarlett. Kevin Cross, right? Killer Cross. Karrion Cross.
Karrion Cross, yeah.
Jesus, I said like 4 fucking names there. I didn't get any of them. Okay. Shayna Baszler. Who can Shayna do like an MMA gimmick with, you know?
Yeah. People said Riddle in the chat, but I don't think we should.
Yeah, who else has got a shoot background in that promotion? What if they would do Shayna versus Goldberg?
That's bad. I would say one of the Creed Bros, if anything.
All right, fine.
Or Roderick Strong, if you can count him. If you can
Okay.
make it.
Okay, that's fine. That works. Shotzi.
Shotzi, interesting.
We need something crazy in that one. She's best when she's like falling through stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, who would do that though? Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes. Imagine these promos. Shotzi. Kevin Owens is good. Kevin Owens is good. He's
that's a good one. That's a perfect answer. Yeah,
that's a good one. Sonya Deville. Baron Corbin.
Oh, perfect.
Tegan Knox.
I forgot she's back already.
Sorry to hear that.
She needs somebody like Johnny Gargano. Somebody that
Johnny Gargano. Okay. Valhalla. Raymond Rowe, right? Or whatever he's called in WWE. Eric or Ivar. Xia Li.
She's still on the roster?
Yeah, I think they just brought her back, actually.
Oh. She's on TV. I don't know.
I don't know, like, her style was like she does all the shoot kicks, right?
Yeah.
Pass. Zelina Vega. She can wrestle. Zelina doesn't have to wrestle.
She can wrestle like a Shanti or something. Who cares?
She doesn't. Zelina's, you know, she's a great manager. Some people better be managers. She's a fine wrestler. What everyone needs to.
Somebody from the New Day.
Good call. Xavier Woods. Good idea. All right. Let's get back to the aforementioned debut on Monday. One of my alleged favorite wrestlers, according to Jaychele. Before we do so, Franco Jid, 245 bits. Thank you so much, pal. We appreciate you. Merry Christmas. I hope you are well.
Christmas.
Shout out Franco. Jonah came in on Monday. He's Bronson Reed again. He, ready for this, Jaychele? He secured the bag. That's what I'm told. He left behind the illustrious New Japan stint awaiting him. He returned to be sort of the heater of Mike the Miz. What did you make of this before we get into my alleged fandom?
First, I didn't understand the ladder match at all. I was like, why is there a big sack of money hanging at the top? That didn't make sense to me. Second of all, I thought that they liked Jonah in New Japan.
Well, it did. Which makes you wonder how much Triple H is paying him to manage the Miz or to be the heater for the Miz.
I don't understand. I bet you're really happy, Joe. We love Jonah.
All right. Now, we need to get to the bottom of this.
I cannot do the Bronson Reed face.
Fair. This is... Oh, God. Miro did a tweet. Folks.
What tweet did you... Are you going to read it?
Everyone lock in. Folks, hold on to something. Miro tweeted, and I quote, "At Dave Meltzer, WON, what happened between January and June?"
Why is he asking him?
Okay, so basically Dave did it, like his thing today was that Miro refused to do a job, which was why he didn't come back to TV. So Miro is now asking him on Twitter, why wasn't he at TV from January to June? Oh dear. Oh dear, folks. Things have taken a turn on Twitter.com once again.
I feel bad for Miro, though.
Me too. He was on a great run. It's kind of nuts how. Do you know he's had 4 matches this year? And he's been available for most of the year too. There's like a myth online that he's like been filming a TV show for all the year, which pops me immensely because it's like he's absolutely not like he's been available for a lot of the year.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's as much as January to June. I mean, that's obviously he's popping himself there, but he's definitely been available for much of the year. It's kind of fascinating that that's like become the bit it's become. But I don't know. It's a weird situation, right? Because from what I can gather, Miro doesn't want to go back to WWE at all.
Oh, I don't think that he would either.
Yeah, he's just kind of froze out right now. It's weird. Do you have any opinion on like wrestlers? You know, just saying no to doing a job, to losing a match. Like, does it bother you, or is it to you? Is it like do whatever seems right? It's your career.
I think, like when Karrion Kross did it, like because he was gonna go in and lose to I don't know. I remember who it was. Probably Cody. I think it was a Cody or something like that. I don't know. Somebody for the TNT title, like they were supposed to book a match.
What it was he was supposed to be MJF's heavy against Wardlow. That was supposed to be. He was going to do a one-off. Yeah, I was confused. Go ahead.
Yeah, I thought it was something around the TNT Championship. I guess that's why I thought Wardlow. But I think doing stuff like that to like protect your image if you know you want to go somewhere else or like there are big opportunities out there, I think that makes sense. I think Miro's already in a contract, and I don't think that it matters much as long as he's not going to come back and lose constantly. Yeah. I think like once, twice is fine, but I think he should at least come back with a win, though.
I think this is a good example of why like everyone really overreacted to him and was giving him shit for it, and like some people were framing him like he was fucking Hogan and stuff, and it's like I think this is why you should always wait for context, because what Miro's basically saying with that tweet is it isn't about losing, it's about waiting 8 months to lose, right? Like,
exactly, yeah.
I sat the bench all that time, and your idea for me is I come back and do a job for like Ricky Starks or whoever.
Is that what people think it was? People think it was Ricky?
I don't know what everyone else would.
Or Hobbs.
My personal read on it is that he was probably going to be the guy that Ricky beat in the tournament final. You know, like the Ethan role.
Yeah.
Now the key with that is, was he going to be in the firm? Because if he was in the firm, I understand why he was like, absolutely not. I'm not being in the fucking firm. You know what I mean? Like that act is.
The firm is crazy.
Yeah, that like if that was what it was, then that's different. We'll see. It's hard to know, right? We'll see if Miro talks a little bit more. But
Ricky in the tourneys or Hobbs in his singles at Full Gear.
Yeah, that like that's a weird one. Like, well, how would they have got to the Hobbs? I'm wondering what that would even look like, right? Seems like a strange.
I think the Hobbs match would have been good though.
The match would be, yeah.
I just think the booking would have been weird for that.
Yeah, that card was pretty long as it was, you know.
Do you think it's going to be on Revolution, or is it too early? You think?
We can get into that a little bit. I want to talk about Ricky and Jericho, so we'll transition to that very, very shortly. Indeed. Well, that's going to be involved Revolution. Okay, before we do that, I need to deal with these allegations. Can we let the Jonah bit die now, Jaychele? I mean, he's back in WWE. He's Bronson Reed again. I mean, can we just...
It is dead. It has been dead. Yeah. I was just saying it because he came in WWE. That was all.
Do you, like, you're aware that my actual response was, who could possibly... You're aware of this, right?
Yes.
You know, as my friend. What just happened?
I don't know.
Did you move something?
Yeah.
Oh.
I stopped moving. Sorry.
Everyone hold on. Everyone hold on. Stay sitting down. Okay.
It was loud? A
little bit loud.
Oh, sorry.
I actually thought my wall was caving in, but no big deal. All right, let's get
dramatic.
Let's talk Ricky Starks. He set up the feud last night that we kind of knew was coming because Jericho name dropped him last week. A lengthy segment.
Text, Joe? You saw my text from yesterday while I was watching.
Well, I saw it. I certainly did. I was asleep, so I did not answer, but I woke up to it. Absolute Ricky Starks being offered a role in the JAS. He declined. He said some funny things. He made some references
he called them assholes.
He did. He also made some references to things that people say online about Chris Jericho, which is very interesting. Where do we stand on this, Jaychele? Is this a feud that excites you, interests you, scares you, terrifies you, confuses you? Where do you stand?
I'm excited for a Daniel Garcia match. Everything else is yucky.
Jake Hager?
yucky. I don't want to see him deal with this purple hat. I think Chris probably wants to work with him because he thinks that he can elevate him, when in reality he's just going to suffocate him for 3 months, and I'm going to be really upset.
Do you think, genuinely, because I've seen many different takes on this, do you think Jericho's intentions with these kind of feuds, like, do you think his intentions are good and it's just it goes a certain way in reality? Yeah, I do too.
I think that's how it goes every time.
Yeah, because I know there's
This is the low end, exactly.
There's definitely a belief online that he's like Hogan, he's like politicking and maneuvering. So I don't know. I think he intends to help these guys. I just think he kind of loses his way, and the longer the story goes,
Yeah, as long as it kind of ends with Ricky winning at least once, I don't think he'll probably win in the final match, to be honest. I think that Jericho will win.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as he gets some like big wins along the way, I'm okay with it.
So I have my concern about the length of the feud, obviously, but I will say there are some things that I'm excited about. Firstly, he's going to get consistent promo time, right? Because Jericho gets consistent promo time. That's just how it's going to work. There's going to be a lot of face-off promos and so on and
I
so
like
forth.
that he opened the show. I felt really
right?
good.
Yeah, that was cool because he's never really done anything close to that before.
Yeah.
So like that's the kind of thing that the Jericho feud will keep him in. Like he's going to stay in those kind of roles with Jericho, which is cool. It's a big spot. It's a singles feud for pay-per-view, which really he only has the Hobbs one, which ended in that weird like 3-minute match they had.
That match was so interesting.
It was bizarre, wasn't it? It felt like he was leaving, genuinely. I
That
remember
that was scary.
there was a lot of rumors like at that time that he was kind of like frustrated and stuff. And I remember watching that match and thinking, "Oh my god, I think Ricky's leaving." That was my genuine reaction to it. It was that blunt, the way he just got pinned. It was like it felt such a like nothing. So this is a big opportunity for him in that regard. Again, we all are concerned about the length. For now, I'm going to go and optimistic just about what they can do as a feud. They're going to work Revolution, right? It appears almost certain that'll be Jericho's match at Revolution. That's a big spot for Ricky. What do you think for MJF? Because this Bryan thing, like, do you think they're going to get this to Revolution? It's like over 2 months away. They're kind of zipping along here.
Yeah, I think Bryan makes the most sense for Revolution. So maybe they can push that match back by doing like stuff with Claudio in the meantime, or even like Yuta still. But
yeah, I don't know.
Darby is an interesting pick for Revolution, though.
See, this is one of those ones where like we're going to really see where MJF stacks up in terms of star power, because this is a great match, but is it a pay-per-view main event? Like in March, is it a pay-per-view?
I think it really can be.
In March or later down the line?
I think they could do it for March. I think they need a little Darby rehab.
Yeah.
But I think that they could do it. I think if you show a bunch of highlights from their last match,
yeah,
I think it's going to work.
It's interesting. I can't disagree because they're obviously talented enough to do it, right? Like it goes without saying, but it's just there's one of the challenges with Max's champ is he has like 20 matches that would be great as TV main events, but there's a lot less matches that you go, that's a pay-per-view main event, Like it's interesting. I don't know. Like this is an interesting one. Hangman off the back for win against Moxley.
Hangman feels like a TV match though for me.
It's me as well, yeah. I guess if Hangman beats Moxley, it's a pay-per-view match, right? That'd be a big deal. If he beats Moxley clean, that'd be big.
Yeah, I would say yeah. I also think that they need to take the chance with MJF to do those bigger, like young guy matches and just start to market them as pay-per-view main events now, because I feel like hopefully I think them losing Punk was kind of an awakening. Like, sorry, Joe. Kind of an awakening that like, hey, we kind of got to get on this now.
Yeah.
And I think that they've started to do that with Ricky. And I feel like if they can manage to do that with some of the other stars, like not Sammy, of course, but like even Jungle Boy, I feel like is working his way towards like a main event later this next year and a half, I would say.
Yeah. It feels like Max should be the champ who brings those other younger guys up with him, basically, right? Like he's the natural, because he has feuded with the traditional top guys. Right? He feuded with Punk, he feuded with Jericho, he feuded with Moxley, so he can kind of be a bridge.
I also think an interesting match for him that's not necessarily like a pay-per-view main event is Malachi.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah.
Somewhere like along.
Well, the thing that makes Malachi kind of unique is he's always been a heel in AEW, but he has always been cheered. like without any wavering. They cheer him. Yeah, so yeah, it could be fun. Malachi just feels like a guy who he could be like a big player for them, and I think they know it, but it's just a matter of the timing working, right? Like I think they know what they have in him, but that he's kind of a hard character to book, and it's resulted in a weird run. The last couple of weeks, obviously, since he's come back, have been good, but we'll see where he falls. They appear to be setting up him and Eddie for Revolution. Would be my because they're doing something together. Generally, Eddie is factored in at pay-per-views. Only until the last couple, that's not been the case with the late pre-show matches, which obviously, I mean, the Junaki Arm one was bigger than any match he could have had on the pay-per-view anyway. So I think that could be on there. Wardlow and Joe, what do we think's happening? Because they're in that match next week.
Yeah.
It feels like Wardlow should win, but Joe's kind of rolling.
Wardlow shouldn't win.
I agree, but I was being polite.
I think they move with Joe and they go Joe versus Hobbs. It's a singles for Revolution. And I think Hobbs wins.
I love Hobbs, you know that. I would look in Jack Perry's direction for that personally.
Okay. You know? I think both of those work. I think Hobbs because they did that really powerful like Book of Hobbs thing, and I think that they should be doing that every week.
Oh, no question. When these vignettes come to a conclusion, they need to have something ready for Hobbs, right? Yeah. Like there has to be like a big time angle.
Joe has 2 belts, so I mean you can like switch it up. I would even say Jack Perry for ROH Zone. I don't think that Hobbs fits either.
That's the issue, right? Is let's be honest, unfortunately, with the TV deal they've got, it's going to be really hard to, with a straight face, be like, yeah, this is the spot for you. Go win the Ring of Honor belt, right? That's kind of tough. Like, I don't even know if Joe's going to work those. I mean, that's that Honor Club thing. Look, folks, I'll be watching it. I've had Honor Club fucking 6 times at this point in my life, but it's going to be a small audience that watches that show, right? I mean, it just is. That's the reality of the situation. So I don't know. It'll be weird. I'm
excited to see what they do with it, though. I'm excited to see like, the presentation and everything like that. I'm definitely gonna watch it, but I think it's gonna be hard to get people to commit to it, to be honest. Because
my main concern is the Universal Studios rumor. I don't know if you saw that, but they're talking about taping it there. That's a bad sign, like
that just feels like dark. Then it needs to be like its own standalone thing, and that's like when you have to like start to define what's the roster looking like what are these stories actually going to carry on to AEW if they do or if they don't. Like they got to really flesh it out.
This is one of the interesting ones to beat a Samoa Joe, isn't it? Takeshita. Like that would be a cool way.
That's a good Ring of Honor guy, yeah. And honestly, I feel like you put him with Eddie and have Eddie be like a mentor for him almost.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Because I know that Eddie does really like him, so.
That's another program. I know this sounds like I'm doing a bit because like they're my favorites, but that would be compelling, Joe and Eddie, right? In all seriousness, I mean that would be, Eddie trying to come up with promos against the king of television. be pretty good. I don't know. I'm always hesitant to talk about it because everyone knows I'm like a Sam Joe stan, and I'm not like a huge Wardlow guy, but I genuinely do think it'd be kind of a shame if they ended this run next week.
Why don't you tell us? Dave Meltzer replied to Miro and said, "Why don't you tell us?"
Oh my god. Dave's going to do an interview with him now and he's going to just yell at him on the phone the whole time. That'll be interesting. Do you listen to Dax Harwood's podcast?
He has a podcast?
Yes, Regal's like done. He's leaving his podcast. By the way, he's not been on that. His podcast just ended. The last 3 episodes of Gentleman Villain with William Regal don't have William Regal on them. It's just Matt Coon talking about it. So anyway, he did word association. Whew, some headlines in there, Jaychele, let me tell you. It was a ride. It was a roller coaster,
Was it really?
The first episode is about CM Punk. That will go great, I'm sure. He did this too.
Wait, why did he throw him under the bus?
So he was talking about how Cody Rhodes once said that FTR rehearse their matches, whereas the Young Bucks just have them. Yeah. This is before they get into AEW, and he's like, that really pissed me off. I've never rehearsed my matches. He was like, Speedball asked me to practice our match. I was like, I ain't practicing. just named, just fucking, and like he did it in passing. So it was like if if you could easily have missed it listening, but obviously being a fucking nerd, I didn't miss it all. I pumped my fist and popped huge at the idea of just burying him like that.
God bless him.
Can you imagine like fucking Speedball walking up to Dax with like his gear on, you know? Like asking him to practice their like high kick transitions and stuff.
I don't. Dax, as I like watch wrestling more, becomes harder and harder for me. I don't know. I
Yeah.
think he's a nice guy. Like when he was talking to my mom and stuff like that, like you can tell he's like he has a part of him where he's very heartfelt, and then some of it just comes off as like ignorant. I don't know.
He's very he's somewhat abrasive, you know? Like he's very like a lot of guys in wrestling are they have like they just kind of their default is like I like my peers, you know? Dax is very like win me over, that kind of thing. Like him and Cash are total opposites in that regard, from what I can gather. Cash is pretty much cool with everyone. Dax is very like what would be the way to put it? He's kind of stern in that
Yourself
way.
to me.
Yeah, which I like. I think we could both agree there's much worse attitudes in wrestling, right? But it's definitely a thing, and him and Cash are a contrast in that regard, certainly.
Wait, he has the loser face. He got a loose face. That's crazy.
I don't know. I would doubt that because I don't think it was anyone's decision but theirs to put over the Gun Club.
Really?
They love the Gun Club, yeah. Like
Really?
yeah. They think they're amazing, like legitimately.
You're joking.
No, I swear. Like, there's people think online they're like mad about feuding with the Gun Club. They love the Gun Club. It's almost certainly their choice. Yeah, it's like a big thing they want to like establish the Gun Club. They think they're like the best heel team in AEW. I'm being dead serious. They've always liked them, but they think they're like awesome.
That's fucking insane, Joe.
I don't know. Wrestlers see different shits, lastly, you know. Like, I think a part of it too is they probably feel loyal to Billy because he was like a coach in NXT when they came together as a team. You know, there's probably a lot of different things there, but they love the Gun Club. All right, Revolution. I assume they're going to wrestle the Acclaimed. Anyways, what I was getting at there. FTR.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say the Gun Club. I was like,
They're going to wrestle on TV for sure.
Yes.
I think FTR are doing the angle where they like lose the belts, they have a losing streak, they rebuild, you know.
Yeah.
And they fight for the belts. And whether they win the belts or not will probably come down to their contract situation, which I don't know anything about, so we'll see.
Face of the Revolution ladder match.
Pop.
I think Jack Perry should win.
That works, yeah. That gets us back to where we were. That's good.
Yeah.
Why Jamie Hayter? Is it time to do this Brit match or we do something else? It feels like it might be time to get moving with this Brit thing. Like we've got.
Yeah, I would think so. Because Double or Nothing is too far away for that.
Who's Mercedes wrestling? I mean,
Soraya has to be. You know that has to be what happens though, Joe. She's the one who retired her, and she's the part. It has to be that. But that's not a bad match to sell, though, Joe.
Yeah, but it's
so like, you know that match will get the Diva stand.
So, are you suggesting like Soraya's the heel there?
Yeah, Jade, you need to stay for Double or Nothing. I feel like Jade, you need to build, and that needs to be a big match, like Las Vegas, like
Michael Buffer, bright lights, press conference.
Sure, yeah.
Real music, you know what I mean? I think that match could be massive, but I don't know how good it will be. It will be massive, you know, which matters more.
Yeah.
You know, let's be honest though, there's enough good matches in AEW. One that actually makes them some money could be pretty cool, right? Like a big match would be cool. You could do some crazy press tour with Jade and Mercedes. That could do some business. All right, what else could be on that card? I'm trying to think of what else. What else have they started establishing on TV? I'm intrigued if I'm forgetting anything.
Oh, they're gonna do the Owen again. Are they?
Yeah, they'll do that at Double or Nothing, yeah.
Interesting.
The first Owen was very disappointing.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
That was like one of Tony Khan's biggest misses, I thought. Like that, he left very few memories, which is a shame considering how good their roster is, you know?
I thought everyone thought it was going to be better, too. I feel like
people
kind of had high expectations for it.
I just remember the presentation being so bland. It's like it didn't have any flair to it, you know. It's a shame. I would like to circle back as we see the Elite House of Black trios match. Do we think the Elite are winning the trios thing or Death Triangle, the series? Who have we got winning?
I think the Elite are winning.
Yeah. I feel like they might want to prove a point by not winning, though. You know what I mean?
They do things for the optics, which make you have to figure out whether or not they're actually going to do it for the optics, or if they're just going to do what they want to do and say fuck the optics. It's interesting.
Like teasing that you're going to do a 3-1 comeback and then losing in like match 7 is very Elite to me.
Yeah.
That to me is absolutely something they would do.
Oh yeah.
The question would then be like, what do they do? And in fairness, that could free up Kenny to do singles and the Bucks to do tags. Like, there's a world in which it happens. It's just then what did they do at the pay per view? Like, what could be a singles match for Kenny? Do they do Ospreay Omega 2 and Kenny gets the win back that he probably is going to drop at Tokyo Dome? They could do that, I guess, right?
They did the Elite versus United Empire already, or no?
Yeah, they did that. Yeah. They did that during the tournament. Remember?
They did that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just forgot about that.
I mean, they could do it again. I think Dave give it 5, so fuck it, right? Run it back. Young Bucks.
It was good. Yeah, it was good. I remember.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. What teams can the Bucks wrestle outside of the trios? The Gun Club?
The Acclaimed, I guess.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Is that no? So.
Bucks and Hangman versus Mox, Claudio, and Yuta. It's a pretty good match. The Hangman thing will be saying that I guess they'll circle back to. Acclaimed is the big one for sure. I'm trying to think what other teams they. Obviously, they're going to wrestle FTR again. You would assume.
Mm-hmm.
You'd assume. AEW's tag division is like. It's kind of not kind of. It's like grossly overstated online how good it is. I mean, you actually think about it, like it's cool, you know.
When they took the trios belt idea, it kind of like messed with that. I feel like because I feel like immediately, like if you looked at the rest of like the trios division, like there's a bunch of tag teams within that are great tag teams, but now are classified as trios.
I agree, but even if you like, so it's obviously the top end's great, right? Yeah. Acclaimed, Bucks, FTR, Lucha Bros, and Acclaimed belong in that conversation, like unquestionably. Mm-hmm. And it's like, who's next?
Lost like 2 tag teams that they had, kind of sort of like they had Ricky and Hobbs together,
yeah,
mm-hmm. And they had Swerve and Keith.
Yeah, 2 of the main teams of the year. It's like, who would be the 5th team in that? So if you have those as the top 4, who's 5th? It's like, I don't fucking know. Gun Club?
You'd have to do like JAS or something. Like you could do like
yeah, Sammy and Garcia. They might actually be a team. Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, Sammy and Garcia. Yeah. No sense. But, like even Sammy and Chris, if Chris really wanted to, he could do that. Mm-hmm. But I think he likes doing the single stuff too much. Yeah.
I mean, look, don't get me wrong. A tag division with those 4 teams is not bad, right? It's just like I think there's an idea online that they're like this like stacked squad. It's like it's cool and all. Like this is a good example. Like Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal are like one of the main heel teams.
That's so bad.
Well, it's not
that's so bad. I saw their rap last night. That was so bad.
Jeff Jarrett. He should wrestle Dax Harwood, in my opinion. Anyway, speaking of good wrestlers.
Hook had a match.
Sort of, yeah. He killed some poor guy. What was that guy's name? Bless him.
Oh, Exodus Prime or something. Like, it was a cool name.
Good name, yeah. What do you think of him and Jack together as a team?
I don't think that's a team. I think that's makeshift for now.
Just like an alliance for this angle?
Yeah. I don't think Hook's going to team with anybody. Unless it's Dad.
Like, if I walked into creative, like say we were booking a territory, right? And you had like the roster in front of you and you was like, you had making notes, you know what I mean? Like you're working hard, and I walked in and went, I've got it, and threw my notepad on the table. You'd be like, oh, what now, bing bong, you know what I mean? And I'd be like, scratch out W. Morrissey at the bottom of the list. He's Big Bill now. What would you say to
Is that really his new name?
This is.
Why would they do that?
Because he's Big Bill.
But why not Big Willie?
That's what Jim Ross calls Powerhouse Hobbs. And I wish I was joking, but I'm not. That is exactly what he calls him. Sometimes, like, so JR was ahead of the curve on the Jack Perry thing, right? Like, he was right about that. Like, he called him Jungle Boy Jack Perry. It's good. His thing where he calls Powerhouse Hobbs Willie Hobbs is like
He
an
calls Will Hobbs.
insane play.
Yeah, Will Hobbs is crazy.
It's like, why? You know, I've never understood it. But anyway, Big Bill, him and Lee Moriarty are probably going to work a match with Hook and Jungle Boy.
That's not a good pairing. Him and Lee Moriarty is not a good pairing.
So here's the thing. I haven't seen their tag matches, but apparently it's good.
No, I don't care if their tag matches are good or not. That pairing does not make sense in terms of chemistry.
Jaychele, need you close your eyes. Okay. Have you considered that his name is Big Bill? Because if not, while your eyes are closed, I want you to like visualize that on like a billboard. You know what I mean? So wait. Vegas, all right? Jade and Mercedes. See that on your left, okay? You see it? Michael Buffer's in the middle. On the right, there's no pictures of it. It just says Big Bill, all caps.
No.
Doesn't work for you?
Immediately no.
Wow, tough crowd, huh? Well, let it play. I was going to talk about Alexa Bliss's heel turn, but we'll do that some other time. Did you see that she smashed a vase over Bianca Blair's head?
Did she really?
Yeah.
Is it because she's spooky again?
I think so. There was a really funny tweet from a Stan account. Shout out to Stan accounts. I have no issue with them, but there was one that was really funny where someone was like,
the chat is mad that I said that Lee and Big Bill is not good.
Apparently it's good. I haven't seen it either, so I can't comment. But so some Stan account tweeted, I'm really into this subtle heel turn for Alexa Bliss. And the video clip was Alexa smashing a vase over Bianca's head.
Can I ask you a question?
It depends what it's about.
What do you think about Swerve's new help?
Well, we don't have to have an opinion on everything, do we? You
know? Okay.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, Jaychele. My personal opinion. I know where you stand on this, but in terms of the visual, they wasn't quite what I had in mind.
Rick Ross was hilarious. He goes,
"Yes,
Keith, you're a big motherfucker." I was like, I don't think you can say that on TV.
He's so funny when he just kept yelling legendary.
He goes, watch your back. And he puts the eyes to the back of Keith's head. And I'm like, what is going on?
So, like, we both think the world of Swerve as a talent, right?
Yes.
His mogul stuff is definitely, like, it's definitely better in his head than it is in reality at this point. Fair to say? Like, when he does that part.
I think some of the mogul stuff worked when he, like, had, like, Kevin Gates and, like, and they just show up. They enhance his character. Yeah. It makes sense. When he... Like, what is it? Swerve? What did they call it? Swerves? There was a name for the group that was saying. I forgot.
It was like mogul.
I thought it was something in associates. I don't know. Maybe I'm like.
Yeah. Well, anyway, as you were saying,
it was not good, and they didn't even know the name of the guy. Like, you need, like, when you introduce somebody, you should be saying their name. And Excalibur even is like, I don't know who this is. I'm like.
I didn't watch the show live, but I woke up to the news that multiple people thought it was Tom McDonald.
Isn't he a rapper?
Very, very problematic rapper, but also one of Keith Lee's favorite rappers.
Is he really? Wait. Wait, I'm having an identity crisis now.
It's one of the when I read, if that's what it was, I would cry laughing.
What is this? Why does he have a song called White Trash and Gun Talk? What? Is he racist?
If it's just a rib on Keith Lee, it'd be the best angle ever.
Is he a racist?
Well, yes. So let's just wrap up this episode of the Jaychele and Joe show. Jaychele, any final thoughts? Any final words?
We're gonna end on Tom McDonald.
I don't know. I guess so.
Okay.
Unless you have that nice about Dex Harwood, in which case we'll end on that. But if not,
no. Can somebody explain to me who he is? Like, in my DMs, though. Like,
yeah, he's Keith Lee's favorite rapper.
Is that a real thing, Joe? How do you know that?
He tweeted it.
Did he really? When did he tweet this? I feel so disappointed.
He's hot. Bless Keith. He means well. He's just too nice.
Oh God.
He's a gentleman. God
Why
bless him.
does Keith Lee talk like he's a politician? Have you noticed that?
Yeah, very funny. His voice does rule.
No, I'm not a fan of Goldberg.
Hey, okay. You really got out for the balds today. It's unfortunate. So, Jaychele, do you have any plugs or promotions or final words?
I just saw the tweet.
Oh, you thought I was making it up. That fucking rules. Do you have any plugs other than Keith Lee's Twitter?
Not really. I don't think so.
You don't? Okay. Well, folks, you'll see Jaychele and myself sharing the screen once again on Christmas Day for the LNG Christmas special. Jaychele, fair to say that was a fun time, wasn't it? When we got that segment
He
with
put Tom McDonald and J. Cole in the same tweet.
Yeah, I think you put Dax in there too. Slid Dax in.
He did put Dax in there.
Fucking Dax, man. That's almost worse.
I quit.
Anyway, yeah, the Christmas special segment was fun, right, Jaychele with Monty? It was a good time.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. You will enjoy watching.
There you go, folks. I'll be on Christmas Day. This is our last live stream, Jaychele and I, before Christmas. Jaychele.
Christmas.
Indeed. Have a Merry Christmas. Folks, we appreciate you all. As always, follow Jaychele on the Twitter gimmick if you want to, right?
No, please don't. I don't use it. I lose followers every day. Don't follow me.
Don't follow Jaychele on the Twitter gimmick. Fuck the Twitter gimmick, right?
Just leave me alone on there, please.
Unless you're sending a DM about Tom McDonald, in which case it's fine.
Oh, yeah. Just teach you about Tom McDonald and don't DM me again.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Folks, I'll be back for the flagship tonight, 9 Eastern, latenightgrin.com. It'll be myself, Shoot, and I believe Oracle's there. He's very ill. A couple other friends, I'm pretty confident. So we hope to see you there, latenightgrin.com. Keep grinning. All how in the meantime, enjoy this outro. Thanks for the rest of the year.